Hi, Stephen Lee Benson here. Just wanting to talk a little bit about 9/11 since this is the end of the day of 9/11, and a lot of people are probably still pretty emotional about it. I just want to say that yes, everybody has a right to be emotional about it. It does bring up a lot of bad memories, but we also have to look at the reality of the situation. You had people with an ideology that we've dealt with already in our American history. We do tend to end up forgetting history and not remembering it. We had the Barbary Pirate Wars 1 and 2. We not only dealt with them one time, we dealt with them the second time. And that's how the Marines pretty much became the Marines. Put them on the map. Ask any Marine through the halls of Montezuma, through to the shores of Tripoli. So there is a rich history, and we pretty much are doomed to repeat history. Apparently, our government dropped the ball. I hate to say it, but they did. 18 years ago, they dropped the ball, and so we almost 3,000 people suffered from it. In fact, you might as well just chalk it up to 300. After people dying from cancers, from the fallout, and prolonged exposure to all types of chemicals, and that is detrimental to our health or to their health or to anyone's health. We have to look at things logically. The government cannot help you all the time. The government cannot protect you all the time. The government concern is continuity of government, not continuity of society. That responsibility falls upon us, the citizen, the taxpayer. And that's why I encourage everyone to think about 9/11 and appreciate you still being alive. But on the other hand, understand this. And I'm not trying to be political with this, and I'm not trying to bash the government, because the government can only do so much. It's up to us to defend ourselves, and to defend each other, because the government can only do so much. And with that being said, I do hope people take remembrance and don't go into some people did something bad. It was Wahhabi Islamist type of people that literally take the Quran at its word. And we have to look at that. It's an ideology. Look up David Wood, Acts of Apologetics 17. He has a lot of information. And there is a difference between Sunni and Shia. Sunni, pretty much, that denomination of Islam very much probably has a monopoly on terrorism, about at least 80% of terrorism. So they are the big chunk of what goes on. So we have to look at that. Shia, mostly Iranian. You can think Hezbollah. You can thank him for Hezbollah, and like probably 5 other terrorist groups. But they're not liberal as most people think they are either. Because it was probably Monday I looked at the article where there was a Iranian woman that disguised herself as a man just so she can go to the soccer stadium, and she was caught. And so she was scheduled to go to trial, go to court, but the judge had to postpone, but she overheard a few people saying that she might get 2 years, and the next thing you know, she's setting herself on fire. She is setting herself on fire in front of the courthouse. And so look it up. They called her Iranian Girl Blue because her favorite soccer team's color was blue. So she died in the hospital from her wounds, and people have to ask themselves, if human beings are willing to set themselves on fire than to have to deal with the court system, shouldn't that tell you something? Should that tell you something about but that court system of Sharia? It's not a fun thing. It's not a fun practice. So we need to be grateful that we live in America. And yes, 9/11 was horrible. And a lot of people's families were never the same. And we do have to understand that life is precious. And we do sometimes forget about that. 18 years and our troops are still there. 18 years and not everybody has come clean with everything that took place. The 9/11 Commission was a joke. There is nothing to be explained, really. Who dropped the ball? Was it the CIA? Was it NSA? Was it DOD? Who was it? To me, it was the government as a whole. And when you have people that wish to take away our guns, take away our right to defend ourselves, we have to think about this day. We have to think about a day that nobody used the scary AR-15. Nobody used the scary black AR-15 assault rifle, military style. No, they used 3 planes to kill 3,000 people and changed an enormous amount of families' lives that are affected even to this day. So I want everyone to actually think about all these subject matters that I've put up in this video. And so I notice I say so a lot. I need to get out of that. All right. But and another thing, treat each other with respect and dignity, because you don't know if tomorrow will be your last day. And how do you want people to remember you by? That's another thing that human beings need to understand. We're not guaranteed tomorrow. And with that, have a great rest of the day. And if you like what I put out, please like, subscribe, share. And if you even love it more, please donate to my Patreon account. It would be greatly appreciated. So, thank you. Have a great day.